Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Arc Rise Fantasia Blind. In celebrity news, it was William Shatner's birthday yesterday. In me news, I got the new Wii U with a Zombie U. I don't think I'm going to Let's Play that unless you really want it. And more in me news, my microphone wasn't plugged in the right way when I recorded this, so post-commentary! Yay! Balls. So yeah, and this fight, I actually beat him. Spoiler alert. So basically, I only think Rifia fainted like once. I don't know, but using the fire to my advantage, I basically kept up life force and then kept hitting him with some level 2 synced magic. And yeah, after doing Luminoso, of course. Can't have a boss fight without a giant fuck you laser. So yeah. Here I'm just spreading out my characters. Because that's a thing. Getting him to attack twice. So yeah, everyone's doubled and maxed. So the thing about post-commentary, it's not like you're commentating while doing something, it's you're watching something and commentating on it. Which is the game you just played last night. 8 hours ago. Actually, it was more than 8 hours I watched them. Anyways, not the point. And Java's trying to screw with my computer. And of course it screws with Pinnacle. Great. Okay, so this is where I start the fireball chain. Or is it? No, this is the time I do Dispel Magic. I switched to Fireball after because of the fire shards. It does some pretty decent damage, and I can do it pretty much every turn. But, so long as I'm healed, and healing doesn't take precedence. So yeah, it was sort of just a long fight that just sort of... There were some choke points, but I think the only person who went down was Rifia. So yeah. Guess could talk about what I've been doing recently. So my friends recently had a birthday party. Now or never. And because they were so close together, they decided, hey, let's have a birthday party where we're all celebrating our birthdays at the same time. So me being relatively close to that area, one of our friends just gives us all some starter packs for Magic of the Gathering. And is a fun game, I must say. I wouldn't really, associate it with the nerd stereotype because it is legitimately quite fun. I know it was sort of for a card game is quite adrenaline pumping. And so here's where we get off Luminoso. Never mind. So if you've never played Giant Fuck You Laser, there are like 4 types of cards. There's creature, instant, sorcery, and land. So basically, if you don't have land, you can't do jack. And so basically, every turn you can place down 1 land. You can tap any number of lands, and that is your mana to spawn creatures, use sorcery, and use instances. Oh, I guess there's enchantments as well. Oh well. So it's pretty fun game. There is one combination in my deck that someone else pointed to me the first time I played that is a pretty... I wouldn't say troll, because there's more things to be troll about. But, I'd say it's pretty badass. Let's go with that. So...
Behold with your own eyes.
Since I'm not, you know, shouting, do this, do this, do this, the entire time, I guess I could talk about it.
I won't let you.
Here's... No, that's another point. So, this is one creature I have, and it's called Nimbus Swimmer. And so, basically, its mana cost is X, Forest Island. And so, the interesting thing about X is that you can pay as many land as you want, and lands regenerate the mana every turn, so yeah.
I'm ready to go.
But the thing about it is its special ability is it'll start with X counters of +1/+1 on it, and the X corresponds to the amount of extra land you put on it. So, using that, but to make a creature attack, you have to pay its mana cost again. So I'd have to literally use all my land cards if I'm, like, really jacking it up. So a thing my friend pointed out is those are, in fact, +1/+1 counters. There is a card I have that allows me to move those +1/+1 counters, any number of them, onto another creature. A creature that could, you know, cost only 2 mana to attack. So basically, when I pull it really late in the game, when I have a lot of land up, I tap all my land, do that, and then the next turn I use that Bioshift card and basically turn another creature. And Nimbus Flyer, or Swimmer, starts with a 0/0. So I put it onto another creature that actually has some stats and costs less to attack. There was this one match I had with my friend. I put it onto Fortress Cyclops. And the thing about Fortress Cyclops is he's a pretty good card on his own. He's got these two abilities. When he's attacking, he gets a +3 to attack, and when he's defending, he gets a +3 to toughness. So basically,
Here I go.
stats are effectively 6/6. Sort of. And so what I essentially did in that one match was I used the Nimbus Flyer and the Bioshift onto Fortress Cyclops. That got him up to 17/17.
Good.
And this was a point in which I was at like 4 health, so one of his spell cards that I knew he had would have killed me. So what I did was I have these 2 cards. They're actually a duplicate, and it's called Predator's Report, or Rapport, however you pronounce it. And basically you play it on a creature, and it gives you health based on their power level plus toughness, which are the 2 stats creatures have, and can be on any creature, and it doesn't like affect the creature negatively. So essentially, I got 2 of those off in one turn, granting me that was 68 health more, bringing me up to 72. And let's just say this game starts you off at a health point level of 20, and you can't in fact go above, which is kind of lulzy. So I got up to 72 from 4, and then he was essentially screwed at that point because I had a 17/17 monster, effectively 20/20. And there was one point where I actually added some more enchantments to him. One really good with that one was Forced Adaptation, which basically every turn they get a +1/+1 counter. and the other one was like just a attack boost. So it's a really fun game. It's sort of like the Binding of Isaac, where you have to. It's based on luck, but you have to roll with what you got. Not that I've ever played the Binding of Isaac, mind you. So yeah, let's actually look at what's happening on the screen. Post-commentary just turns into a vlog. Oh yeah, this is the point where she's pretty low, and he pulls off a vision of real, but she, I believe, survives? And, of course, after that I can't do anything because of the status effects, real causes. So that's a bother. So here I'm like, oh yeah, I can't issue the revive command until they're dead. So I'm just looking for a way to use that last bit of AP. I found myself doing that quite a bit in it. Yeah, the unfortunate part about Vision of Real is that it destroys all the ray crystals, so if you're like, hey, I survived,
Now is the time
life
to
force,
have
nothing's
no
going to
future.
work. Oh my.
Oh no!
Yeah, at this point I'm like, hey, I have no control over any of my characters, but then I remembered SP Autocure. Oh yeah, and he took a mid-liquid. She took a high liquid. And that thing reconstructed. That was pretty useful. And look at this. Like, she survived, like, she had like 192. She's now at like 97. It's like, what the hell? Oh god, I'm tired. I just woke up. See, if you had the regular recording, it'd be I'm tired. It's 9 a.m. or 9
Let me
p.m.
out.
Not 9 a.m. 9 a.m. is not tired
Laser
time.
power, protect us.
She pulls off a floral coat on herself. I get the cure alls out. There's a nice follow-up with Lark there. Right before he puts up a no physical.
Thank you.
I don't know why I cured Reefia.
Oh, please.
You will not stop me.
And that was a silly decision. So yeah, it's a little after this I realize, hey,
Feeling too
none of
well.
them are doubled anymore. I find Life Force to be an interesting mechanic. You don't see many RPGs where you can increase your health even minorly. This literally doubles your maximum health. And maxes you out most of the time, so it's pretty useful.
You okay?
Ozzy.
Good to know.
Enough games.
And the point somewhere around here that I do something. I think it's... No, maybe it's a bit later. So yeah, this was like a 25-minute fight. It's like a 30-minute video,
Sharp here.
or 32 minutes. I'm gonna hit it off at the 17-minute mark.
Must answer my calling.
And yeah. And well, might as well mention again, another rule of Magic the Gathering is if you run out of cards, you instantly lose. So there was a chance he could actually win if he stalled me long enough. But like he had I remember 4 creatures on the playing field. One was flying, and I'm like, hey, I've got aerial maneuver. I could use that on my Cyclops. But then I realized he had that one flying. So then, guess which card I pick up? Act of Treason. You can gain control of another person's character or creature.
Burn them all.
So I take control of his flying creature, not to do damage with it, but just so it wasn't in my way. And I did 17 damage onto his 12, and that was game. I won with like 72 health. And like a bazillion monsters on the field. So I believe this is the point in which I'm thinking, strategizing, very deep in thoughts about what to do next. And I full cure her because she's taking damage faster than you can say. How much wood woodchuck of woodchuck wood? Post a video response of you saying that. I dare you. So yeah.
Healing stream, come forth and help.
So she full cures.
I'm
That 7,000 does not last for long. Leaves on this fairy attack that she goes straight down to what she was before. No, that was Lark. When was this one point where he attacked Refia? I'm like, who's he attacking? I think it's Refia, and he attacked Refia. But of course, you'll never be able to verify that fact. In fact, there was one point in the recordings. I should end this off this video. This has been VVVB18 signing off. Just wait for a nice cliffhangy time.
I'm ready to go.
Wait for it. Wait for it. And... oh, screw it. Bam!